What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Now, in today's video, I want to go over what is happening with Bitcoin's price right now. Of course, the market's pulling back a good bit. A lot of people are questioning what in the world is happening, and I want to provide some clarity for you. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Bitcoin yourself on all the way up to 100x leverage without needing to KYC, meaning you don't need to give them any of your personal information, sign up with the Margex link down in the description below. You can trade your Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, Jasmy, Caspa, and much more over on Margex, again, without needing to KYC, and you're going to get up to a $10,000 in bonuses when you do sign up with my link down below. So make sure you do go check that out if it's something that's interesting to you. Now, looking at Bitcoin, let's get an idea of what is going on currently, and what can we expect going forward. So there's a couple things that are happening, and I want to let you guys know something off bat. Although what we are seeing right now in the crypto market is bad per se, and it doesn't feel good because the market's pulling back, it's definitely not the end of the world. Now, if you don't know why this market's pulling back, this isn't the video where we're going to go over it a ton. I will have a link down to my second channel in which I talk about news and events and stuff. You can go check that out. We talked about exactly why this market's pulling back. But from a technical perspective, it's not that bad. Okay, it's realistically not that bad. Now, let me explain to you why. And that's going to be the majority of the premise of this video, is explaining to you that what we're seeing right now isn't the end of much. Okay, so what we've been covering for the last few weeks here on the channel, or at least the last week, has been the fact that Bitcoin is now officially put in a new macro higher high. And I told you all the significance of this. I said, listen, this is the very first time in a very long time that Bitcoin has been able to put in a macro high, come back down, and put in a higher high afterwards. It's not happened basically at any given point throughout this entire move that we've been in since March. And the moment that something like this happens, you have to understand that this is a sign that the trend is changing, and we very easily could start to see the tide shift for Bitcoin. And so because of that, obviously, what you have to understand first and foremost is that that's not changed. Although Bitcoin's pulling back right now, and although we are seeing Bitcoin currently sat at, what's this, 6 or 7% down on the day, or on the last 2 days, 3 days, it's not that big of a deal. And the reason being is because the high is still in. The macro higher high is still in. And where we are right now is still substantially higher than the previous low in which we put in. And so where I am with Bitcoin right now is that, yes, although this kind of sucks and it's not that fun, and we all wanted to see Bitcoin just keep going upwards and break through 70K, whatever, the reality here is that Bitcoin is just pulling back. And it's just correcting. It's in a cool down phase. And unless Bitcoin comes all the way back down and loses $52,000, we are still very much so within the uptrend that we just recently established, and it's not been broken. Matter of fact, Bitcoin could go all the way back down as low as $57,000, and I wouldn't even really care that much. And the reason being is because as long as Bitcoin is still holding that higher high and establishing a higher low, even if it goes down to these levels, as long as the low we saw back here is lower than the low that we put in next, the trend is still changing. And although it might not be what we want, although it might not be as fast as we want, although it might not be Bitcoin at 80K right now, the fact of the matter here is that the trend is still changing. And as long, even if that takes a couple days, even if it takes a couple weeks, or even if it takes a couple months, while this trend is changing, it does go to show that we are still in track and making progress and getting this eventual breakout. And if it has to look like this, like this, then so be it. If it has to look like this, so be it. If it has to look like this, so be it. One way or another, as the trend is changing, we are preparing for the move out here. And so we got to just stop being greedy. We got to stop being impatient and understand the fact that things like this will happen, and we're going to have to overcome them, and we're going to have to battle with and against them. And so my overall opinion of where we are in this crypto market, especially for Bitcoin's price right now, is this isn't a bad thing. We've set the higher high. As long as we're staying above realistically $49,000, we still have the ability to set a macro higher low, and that continues to change the trend in the direction in which we will try to make a move to the upside to reach those $70, $75, $80,000 levels eventually. So there isn't really a cause to panic. There's really no reason to even be all that tripped out and stressed out right now. We're still seeing a lot of gains across the total market in the grand scheme of things, and you just got to be patient. You just got to wait your turn. So I know we wanted this to be the moment where Bitcoin takes off. It's not the case yet. We need to see it cool down. We need to see that foundation get built, and then we'll make that run for the upside. So guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Bitcoin while we are in this move, you can use the Margex link down below. I personally am going to be doing a little bit of buying of Bitcoin as its price does continue lower, because I do think we are going to try to make another attempt towards the upside, and I want to try to capitalize on some little positive gain. So I'm going to be doing my trading over on Margex, and you can use the link down below if you want to try it out too. But let me know your overall thoughts. Are you concerned? Are you worried? Are you buying? Are you selling? Are you holding, longing, shorting? What's your game plan? What's your strategy? 2017? What are you doing right now with Bitcoin? I can't wait to talk with you about that there. I have a couple more videos dropping today, so stay tuned for those, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.